Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Will here from the Outdoorsman YouTube channel, and I have been seeing a lot of comments and questions online about what you should have for your first time out camping. So we're going to go through all the things that I recommend that you should have for your camping excursions. And towards the end of the video, I'm going to have some bonus items that you will never find me without. So let's get this show started. All right, let's get into this. And everything that you just saw laid out on the table here, this is not a particular order. We're just going to go through it from left to right. One of the things I love to have is a really good saw. This is a Fiskars. You can buy this at Lowe's, Home Depot, pretty much any hardware store. And let me tell you something, with the teeth on that bad boy right there, it saws through wood like a hot knife through butter. The next one, it's an axe, and I love having an axe. In fact, I prefer it over a saw, and here's why. Not only do I have a razor sharp cutting edge for felling trees or chopping firewood, but I also have a pounding implement for tent stakes into the ground, a random nail into a tree. I prefer this over the saw all day, every single day, and you won't find me on any wilderness excursion without an axe. Side note, having a cover for your axe, super important. All right, next thing on the table, paracord. Guys and girls, you've seen paracord everywhere. It is available online, and truth be told, it's a little bit cheaper at your military surplus store, or as we used to call them back in the day, an Army Navy store. I won't get into all of the uses of paracord because there's a lot of other videos out there that touch on it, but having paracord, man, it's a lifesaver. This is our next item, ladies and gentlemen, and this is a compass, and it is an analog compass. And I don't know if a lot of you people have ever seen this before, but again, this compass is a land nav compass, and you can use this to sight a line, to set your degrees. Again, we're not going to get into that right now, but I highly recommend you get a book about land navigation because you're not always going to have your phone on you, and a book, well, lasts forever. Moving right along, a ferro rod, or maybe online, a fire starter. This thing is great. Once you know how to use it, this is not something that you guys can just buy online and go out into the field and start a fire with. You have to practice with this. So when we get to my pack a little bit later, I always have a lighter and matches in my pack at all times. Flashlight or a headlamp. This headlamp is awesome because not only can you put it on your head and turn it on like this, but it has different light modes, and it is removable from its strap so that you just have a regular flashlight, and it has a magnet on the bottom so that you can stick it wherever you want to stick it. And this is also USB rechargeable. This, ladies and gentlemen, is something that I see a lot of campers without. This is a first aid kit. Now, inside this first aid kit, which I call a boo-boo kit because it doesn't have tourniquets and things like that in it, but inside here, I have everything you could ever want. We have some Advil. We have antibiotic, we have Band-Aids, we have Ace Wraps, bottle opener for, over-the-counter anesthetic, alcohol wipes, burn cream, topical ointments, and it fits very neatly and very compact in my backpack. Moving right along, rain gear. Rain gear, rain gear, rain gear. Being wet while camping is miserable. And your only answer to not being wet is rain gear. This is probably the lightest rain gear I have ever purchased. I got it at Cabela's. It's from a company called Ascend, and it was on sale, and I do not regret buying this at all. It rolls up into the tiniest little ball, fits perfectly into your pack. Hey everybody, well, it's that time where I'm going to ask you to please subscribe to the channel. Please hit the bell notification. I really love making these videos for you guys. And I appreciate all of our recent subscribers who are now going to scroll across the bottom of the screen for the remainder of this video. Also, don't forget, down in the description will be all of the links to all of these products that I'm showing you. They are not affiliate links. I do not make a dime off of any link you click on. If you're enjoying the video, please click the thumbs up button. Be sure to watch our intro video so you can learn about who I am. Don't forget, I always respond to subscriber comments first, and new videos every Sunday at 9 a.m. All right, next thing, sleeping bag. And truth be told, I could do an entire video just on sleeping bags. It's definitely getting warmer out. Spring is here, summer is coming, so this bag is a 40-degree bag, and this is a little too warm for me for the weather that we've been having lately. Ladies and gentlemen, always bring a sleeping bag rated for the lowest temperature of the particular season that you're camping in. I cannot stress that enough. Other than being wet, which I hate, being cold is probably the second worst. But then again, so is being too hot, so just look at the sleeping bag. They're all labeled on the end what temperature they are rated for. Now, you're probably saying to yourself, Will, I have not seen a tent yet. And that's because I don't do a lot of tent camping. Generally, I'm sleeping under a tarp or I'm making a shelter. But this particular tent, I cannot recommend enough. It's a little expensive, but I have one and I have used it several times and it keeps the moisture out. It's just a great, great tent. I highly recommend you buy one of these. But also at the same time, your Walmart style tents are just as good. Now here's an item that I see a lot of people arguing about and a lot of people asking about. It's this, a tarp. And I buy my tarps at Tractor Supply because I feel that they hold up a little bit better. But definitely spend the money on the tarp. Get the thickest one that you can afford because they'll last you a lot longer. Don't cheap out on your tarps, folks. Just please don't. Okay, next item. A coffee pot. This coffee pot has been in my family since long before I was born, and it's still holding up absolutely wonderful. I love this pot because you can hang it over a fire with its nifty handle here. It has a spout. These are all things that you need to look for. You can boil water in this. You can put bags of rice in here, whatever you want to do. A pot is a really overlooked thing, and I highly recommend you guys get one. Now let's get on to what I call luxury items. Now I recently just purchased this stuff for an upcoming trip to Maine where we're going to be doing some fly fishing. Don't worry, that video will be posted. So I went on Amazon and I bought these little coffee cups. They hold about 11 to 12 ounces of liquid. They're metal, so that's good. I also picked up a set of these plates from Dinethics. I haven't used them yet, so I can't really tell you how good they are, but they are very lightweight. Also, when I bought these plates, they came with silverware, and I didn't even know they came in these little boxes. And inside the box, we have a spoon, a fork, a knife, and freaking chopsticks. Now let's talk about an item that's very specific to you, the individual, and that's the backpack. This is my all-day, everyday backpack. This is from Mystery Ranch. This item is not cheap, but I absolutely love this pack. It has a stiff back frame so I can really distribute the weight. It has a waist strap so that I can put either the weights on my hips, and then when I get tired, I can loosen that and tighten the shoulder straps and put the weight on my shoulders. I think I'm going to do another video about the best way for you to pack your pack, but that'll be coming up at a later time. This pack is great because it has pouches on either side that I can stow stuff in. The pack opens from the top, but it also unzips all the way down so that I can access things easily on the inside. There's plenty of pouches in here to store stuff. This is a really great pack. Again, you spend the money for it, you get much better equipment. Now, those bonus items that I talked to you about in the beginning of the video, those items are tailored specifically for me because this is what I like to have while I'm out enjoying nature. First thing is a notebook. I love to jot down notes of where I am and what I'm doing. I like to make little drawings, just something to look back on when I'm too old to be outside. The next thing is this little tiny flashlight from Surefire, and let me tell you, it is bright, and I love having this little flashlight. It fits right in my pocket. It's USB rechargeable. You can never have too many flashlights. And something that you will never, ever, ever see me without out in the wilderness, some type of a firearm. I'm either carrying this Glock 19, I'm going to have an AR-15, some type of weapon to protect myself from predators and even sometimes just scare off the boogeyman. I don't know if we went over 10 things, but I think that's going to do it for this video. Don't forget, new videos every Sunday at 9 a.m. Please hit the subscribe button and we will see you guys next time.